All eyes on the squad that has now been announced by India for the 5-match ODI series against Australia. And there are some surprises. You'd think that India are going to pick a squad that will most suitably resemble what their final 15 in England 2019 would look like. Sanjay Manjrekar with me to just have a look at that squad, which certainly raised my eyebrows when I didn't see Dinesh Karthik in it. There is room for Rishabh Pant and Vijay Shankar, no room for Ravindra Jadeja, and a welcome comeback for KL Rahul. Let's just have a quick look at that squad, Sanjay, and you can dig your teeth into it. Yes.
Yeah, you can perhaps read the selector's mind, the captain's mind, the team management mind in the way the team is selected. Now, what is telling here is Rahul's inclusion. Now, he's got some runs playing for India A recently, but clearly, as we discussed earlier as well, they feel that there's a bit of a soft underbelly in 50 overs cricket in the middle stages, number 4, 5, 6 and probably 6. And they've had a look at all the options and finally they felt, let's get Rahul back in. He's got some class, he's had some runs in the past, he's going through a bit of a lull, he's got some runs at the India A level. Let's have a look at him. So this is a new venture for India, trying out Rahul. And I see some good cricketing perception as well. Dinesh Karthik, his fans will feel sorry because with the opportunity that he's got, he's done as well as he could. But I think India have finally, with this selection, or non-selection of Karthik, they have said to everyone that we look at Karthik as a T20 batsman and his 50 overs future is over as far as we are concerned.
Okay, I know that you have been a strong advocate of Karthik for the shortest format and there's no doubting his value to a T20 side. But Dinesh Karthik, let's just look at his numbers last couple of years because this would be perhaps the most contentious selection. The fact that this man was tried at number 4, tried at a different level around MS Dhoni, played as the pure batsman, played as the finisher and whatnot. An average of 47 is boosted by a lot of not outs. A striker of 75. He's had just 20 games since the Champions Trophy 2017. Now, how much of this is, if you look at an average of 47 in isolation, you'd think surely this guy should be in the team.
Strike rate is slightly eyebrow raising for somebody who bats at number 5 or 6 generally. And not out, of course, the average gets boosted up. As I said, he's done well within the opportunities that he's got, but he's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And, people are thinking, or the selectors are thinking, just like me, World Cup, big stage, big night, 50 overs match, is Dinesh Karthik the player? Ambati Rayudu, by playing that innings in New Zealand when he got India on the path of recovery and got India to get a big score, Dinesh Karthik hasn't played that kind of an innings. It's been mostly of a finisher. So this is where, the numbers are disregarded by the selectors, the captain and the coach, and they're thinking temperamentally and what we've seen so far of Karthik. Is he going to be somebody who will excite us in the middle in 50 overs cricket at the World Cup on the big stage? And they have decided no, and I don't grudge them for that.
So it's about a role here. Let's be clear on that. Dinesh Karthik, if they were still looking for a batsman, perhaps to finish, are you looking at saying that Rishabh Pant is the preferred batsman, even though he's not had much opportunity? How can you make a claim that you're picking Pant over a Dinesh Karthik?
Right. Both of them have got distinct weaknesses in the field with Dhoni keeping wickets. Dinesh Karthik is also not great. Actually, he's slightly better than Rishabh Pant, who is a liability in the field. But because of Rishabh Pant's recent exploits, he gives a little bit of hope. I'm not a huge supporter of Pant as just the pure batsman because when Dhoni is keeping wickets, Pant has not set the stage on fire in 50 overs cricket that you play him no matter what. Because the batting slots have mostly got filled and what would be best for India is Rahul, in the opportunity that you'd get against Australia, has a sensational series, and then India is looking at another option with some class and pedigree, a man who's back in form, and he would be slightly better than the Pants and the Dinesh Karthik as options.
So you are saying that play KL Rahul in the 11, not as the reserve, not as an opener, but find place for him as a pure batsman. KL Rahul's numbers quickly in ODI cricket since the Champions Trophy, where the squad underwent a significant facelift. That's the problem. It's only 7 matches and they're few and far in between. Batted at 4 in Sri Lanka, didn't like that against the spin. Averages under 20 now and has been a different player when he's had the new ball at the top of the order. Now, is that something we should hold against someone like KL Rahul, or do we always give these good-looking
you've got to hold
batsmen
it
a
against
longer
him.
leeway?
And you look at all his numbers since the IPL, the sensational IPL that he had. Test matches numbers have been dismal. So clearly, when you look at his recent record at the international level, it is very bad. So there's no case as far as numbers are concerned. But I'm getting into the heads of the people who matter, who selected him. they've looked at all the other options, that they felt Shubman Gill too young, too late to
Have
get
they
him back
left
in.
it too late as well, Sanjay? They didn't really
Yes.
have. There's a Mayank Agarwal they could have tried. They could have gone Prithvi Shaw perhaps.
I would
earlier.
have had Shubman Gill a lot earlier. I would have got Prithvi Shaw if fit earlier as well, because this guy has shown his class in Test cricket and has batted in Test cricket like he does in 50 overs cricket. And Mayank Agarwal, after his debut, in Australia, should have been a guy they should have considered. Rahul is very lucky because there's somebody who believes in him, and I don't think it's only the captain. There's got to be more people there. So they were just waiting for him to get some runs, and he's got that. And it's back in.
All right, quick look at the one change that will happen in this squad for the last 3 ODIs, because the squad we showed you was for the first 2 ODIs. There's just one, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar for Siddharth Kaul. It's amazing that all our contentious chats tend to be about India's batsmen, because we know the bowling is in such good health, Sanjay. But if they are looking for a backup seamer, is this also a judgment now that Khalil Ahmed, in spite of the opportunity, is not the answer? And there is room for Sid Kaul and Umesh Yadav only for the T20s. Is he not far from the ODI setup for you? Would you have?
Again, you can read the captain's mind, the team management's mind, the selector's mind. They've seen Khalil Ahmed started off impressively, but I guess he's not impressed the selectors. I like him. He was in my World Cup squad, but I think they are not that excited with him. So they're looking at Kaul again, who is not that great an alternative. And I have a feeling, eventually, if they don't find somebody that they feel is a reliable fourth seamer, pure seaming option, because eventually Hardik Pandya will play before the fourth seamer. Umesh Yadav might just sneak in, having more experience as his strength.
So experience perhaps has gone in favour of both Rahul and Umesh Yadav at this stage. Last question in this series: if you have a Vijay Shankar or a Rishabh Pant as the contentious selection, so to speak, or a KL Rahul, and they don't perform, are you still backing them, or is this a make or break series for these 3 players? Vijay Shankar, Rishabh Pant, and Rahul.
See, Vijay Shankar, you know how I feel about people like Vijay Shankar, because he's going to add to India's problem by being a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I'd rather have somebody like a Rishabh Pant who on a big night get you a big 100. You can't rule that out with Rishabh Pant. And I think finally when the squad gets picked and whoever makes it, India unfortunately will still have that soft underbelly, the middle order, 4, 5 and 6, whoever comes in. But Rishabh Pant's problem is Dhoni actually, because he's keeping wickets, and Rishabh Pant in the outfield is a worry.
All right. Well, 5-match ODI series that follows the 2 T20Is. We'll get to see a lot of these players in action, maybe some chopping and changing, maybe some newer ideas that Virat Kohli has up his sleeve. The first of which is at Hyderabad on the 2nd of March.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.